membership for over 25 years. I started my career in 1992 at the first public library, the only public library back home in Saipan. Have 3 children and I have a granddaughter. And on all trips, most trips, my husband would join me. So he's out there exploring. I want to thank PIALA, Panpe, for hosting this year's conference, well-organized conference. As the recipient for the Karen Peacock Memorial Scholarship, I attended the HLA conference that was held on October 27, 28. With the assistance of the Hawaii Library Association, I managed to fly out earlier, 4 days early, so I paid courtesy visit to public libraries and the state library. During our presentation, or the presentation from the HLA, we went ahead and did a short stream on Facebook. If you guys are interested in looking at the Facebook later on, I can give you guys the link so you guys can review it during the actual presentation. The presentation that I did during the HLA was actually presented by my colleague Omar Tuesday. Unfortunately, I was unable to come in on Monday due to a family funeral that I had to attend on Monday. Because we have financial assistance from the Sinamai government, I was able to bring one other librarian with me to share and kind of explore what we do in HLA and the courtesy visits to public libraries. This is me presenting shells during one of the breakout sessions. And these are just some of my attendees. Jean Tolok, I guess most of you know her. And I forgot his name, Uncle Roland, the guy there. He's Hawaiian. Luke Hawaii, very nice guy. Part of the presentation that I did was a picture book, a newly published picture book by our First Lady, made possible through the Lady Diane Torres Foundation. And this, every year she has a competition for students, grades 4 and above, to write locally. So whoever gets selected, one from the high school and one from the middle school, this is elementary, gets an opportunity for their book to be published, and it's all written in Chamorro. So Omar and I, if we do get the opportunity to present tomorrow, we will read the books, that book at least, as a closing presentation. And this is the other book that won the LDTF award, which we also presented in HLA. These are the participants. It's a group photo, and there is a librarian, because this was held on a Saturday, who brought her daughter. And although I think it was a daughter that had so much fun, she sat and listened to the story, and we had a door prize. So some of them managed to go home with books in their hands. She wanted to buy one, but she was sitting on a chair that had a door prize on the bottom, so she won one anyway. Some of the breakout sessions that we attended while there, we had to pick the best one that fits our library, our public library. And this one was done by Stacy Outreach. I think some of you know Stacy from the State Library in Honolulu. She did possible futures for libraries, and she had a breakout session as well. It was really nice. She had a story and had us group and pick a name there that we can actually work as a group and present how we interpret her or that person that we picked, interpretation of the library. And these are just some of the handouts that they gave us. One of the presentations that we attended was the Mango. I'm not sure if you guys are aware or know of Mango languages. I did ask when are they going to include RMI, Palau, FSM, Chamorro languages on that, but they say if there's a request that comes in, they can actually try and fund to include. So there's over 70 plus languages that's actually available at the Hawaii Public Library System. So if you have a library card, I know some of us have Hawaii Public Library Systems card, you can access this information online, and it actually very helpful. I use it at home. Another presenter that we attended was Sustaining Our Efforts Teaching with Technology. It was actually done by Ms. Kapena Shim. It was very nice. I hope that the lighting was a lot better, but we couldn't really take nice photos because of the lighting system. One of the very interesting presentation that we attended was this Beyond the Panic Button and a dialogue on sustainability and public services challenges. And in Hawaii, and I think back home in Saipan, we are facing the homeless situation. I'm not sure out here in FSM or in Palau or RMI, but Hawaii has a huge homeless population. And it was a presentation that was actually just dedicated to that one particular. So a way for them to feel at home. Something that I learned from this is never call them homeless. Never label them as homeless, because we don't know if they're really homeless. They may come in with torn clothes or not well dressed, but there's no way for each one of us to consider them as homeless. And they actually will be productive member of the library. The moment they are labeled, they get very disruptive, they get offended, and they react. So that's what they learn. Toddler Time and Beyond, creating programs for our youngest patrons. Most of us, and I listened to some of your presentation, most of us actually are doing something similar to what they're doing. So it's just sharing ideas and what they get out of doing toddler times. But I saw Lester's presentation. Most of the story time that they're doing is something similar that we do here. With a lot of music, they have a lot of songs. They find it that kids actually get involved when you start singing. When you start out your read aloud by singing, it gets them involved, and it just kind of breaks the ice, and they all kind of mingle with everyone. So a lot of singing is actually a good point to have in your toddler read aloud. This is just some of the handouts that we got from them. Keiki Corner, they use felt boards. I'm not sure if you guys have corners in your libraries in the children's area where you have to be careful whether you use a very sharp object on the corner. They use felt board, which is very soft. It won't hurt the kids, it's harmless. And they add a lot of colors to their corners. Kids get to play with them, and it attracts them. It invites them into their corner. Our closeout speaker was a librarian from the New York Public Library. She was speaking really fast, and I tried to take notes to share it, but she had a lot of photos, and she also shared their website on sustainability, and it's up here on the board. You guys can actually access it and read about it. And one of the things that we learned from attending HLA is they're trying to cut back on using of plastic bags, paper plates, but not plastic plates. So we were told to bring our own cups, recycled cups, or water bottle. And the agenda was not printed out, and it was not passed out. Everyone was asked to actually bring their agenda from home as much as possible, have it on a device. So they're trying really, Hawaii is really trying to sustain the use of plastics. And these are just some of the photos that they shared with us at New York Public Library. There's one photo that actually caught my attention, which is down below. Something that she shared, core values of librarianship, which I was looking around and I saw a lot. And I think being in the Pacific area, we all share the same vision. And I'm pretty sure that we all know the core values of librarianship. And this is just some of the notes that she gave us. Libraries transforming communities, and this is again something that the librarian from New York Public Library presented. What kind of community do you want to live in? Why is that important to you? And how is that different from how you see things now? What are some of the things that need to happen to create the kind of change? Sustainability thinking aligns the library's core. So this is this is their theme, or their, how do you call it, motto was sustainability. So this is from New York Public Library. So social equity and community contributes to resilience. So these are just some photos that they took. One librarian from New York Public Library actually took right after typhoon, was it typhoon or Hurricane Sandy? But the New York Public Library went out to their community, and they try to see what they can do in their community to assist. And on this, it's not really clear, but that's a librarian right there. That's a librarian sitting in the middle of nowhere. While parents are trying to pick up pieces, this is one librarian here is reading to kids around the area. That actually kept them calm. So this we can relate to because we have typhoons. We go through typhoons at least once every maybe 5 or 10 years. We hope we don't have to go through one again. But during Typhoon Solar, this is what we did back home. We reached out to our villages. We tried to go out and see what we can do to calm the kids who are actually either their house broke or are homeless. So I got to Hawaii, Honolulu on Sunday, and I managed to, with the assistance of HLA, they managed to schedule visits to the state library for us. So we were welcomed by their director right here, which is Maya Zoller, and this is Bev Demapan. She's one of the new librarians back home, and of course that's me. We presented her with some gifts from back home, books that we have to give away tomorrow, and also some packets. One of the things that we don't currently have back home is the library, the services for the blind and physically handicapped. So we also paid a courtesy visit to Sue Sigumura, who is the director for the library for the blind and physically handicapped in Honolulu. So we're working closely with her, currently working closely with her to try to bring out these services to our community, both on all three islands, Saipan Road and Tinian. Of course, for those who frequent Hawaii, you can't leave Hawaii without trying the malasadas. So that's Leonard Malasadas, and we had like 4 that day. One of the libraries that we visited was Waikiki Kapahulu Public Library. Very nice library, well lit. It's very beautiful inside. It's nice. You go in and it's everything right there. You see everything. You don't need a lot of staff because there's no hidden area in this library. That's the librarian in the middle, and when we visited, it was right on time for Halloween, so she was dressed up as I think Adam's Family or something. Some of the things that they share, that they have, is National Bologna Day. It's a Bologna Day, and they share, or they do seasonal. They have seasonal activities. National Library Week, Halloween. They have Thanksgiving. So this is their area. This is the information desk. Oh, and her name is Melissa LePage or LePage. And this is their circulation counter. Of course, we will not leave the campus without visiting the Pacific Collection. I know this is why we are in this scholarship, to honor the memory and the legacy of Dr. Karen Peacock. For those of you who know her, this is her second home. So we paid a courtesy visit to the Hamilton Library. This is just some of the photos at their main entrance and some of their information that they have available for their students. And of course, took a picture of the yacht canoe. It's displayed on the way out to the Pacific area. And some of the photos that they change, they have a display of artworks, which is actually changed every 3 months or seasonal. And